What's up, guys? Back at it again. Just check the audio. Yeah, should be good. Tomorrow I'll make sure that 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 I go ahead and make this like an hour and a half stream and really do what I'm supposed to be doing. I've been consistent, which is good, but like I said, we need to progress now. We need to progress towards making that content specifically. Like, what's the point of just talking to the camera all the time? We already know the concept of that. So I think it's, obviously it's already time for me to like get back to the grooving of just specifically watching videos with you guys, of playing games and etc. Just doing all that basically. It's best that I just go ahead and take care of that. So I think it's time to start doing that. And and yeah, but today we'll make it short. Possibly I'll stream again. Um, yeah, possibly I'll stream again because my cousin's coming by and maybe I just want to turn on the camera and show you guys, but maybe not because I probably would want to like hold it up for a little bit longer when it actually makes sense or there's a point to it. Right now I'm still on the private journey where like no one knows like the channel or anything. And I kind of want to keep it that way until like for everyone. Like I don't want anyone to know until like I start to market the process, and then once like certain other people start to come in, then I'll invite other people, and then that's it. So that's how I'll go about it. But until then, it's just gonna be me, which is should be the case, obviously. But I think later on, once you start to see people in the chat talking, that'll be the time when once you start to see viewers, however much, 10, 20, 15, 30, 40, however much in the beginning we end up having, that's when I'll start to bring other people in. But, that's the case. But right now, it's just more about, like, it serves as two purposes. One, to develop, um, to maintain consistency and to develop and to develop yourself into all the content creator that you want to be. And then secondly, it serves as a time capture of my thoughts in the most efficient manner. Before, I used to resort to vlogging, but that's not as effective. And I think like when it comes to vlogging, like I've always thought of my vlogs as like a cinematic journal. Like it had to be cinematic. It couldn't just be like a vlog, that kind of thing. It had to be, you had to capture a moment. I had to state something of importance, and that's how I look at a vlog. Later on, of course, I'm gonna be using it as like a tool to get other do things that I've always wanted to do. Like I wanted to skydive, wanted to do like the typical videos that a bunch of YouTubers do. Usually they do them in groups, but like I want to do these kind of cool things. Like maybe there's a video of me going like, I joined AMP for a week, like that kind of thing. So I'll do those kinds of things, but for the most part, that'll be the case. That kind of stuff basically. But overall, um, the overall focus and point of doing all this stuff is to, the last portion of it is to, yeah, is to serve as a capture of time, as a of thoughts. And every day I grow, and every day you're seeing something slightly different. Maybe it may seem the same, but every day you're seeing something slightly different. And I think that that's just the case. So I think it just serves as a tool for that particular goal. Um and yeah, I just think it's more efficient. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. Like it was so obvious. I could have just downloaded OBS and turn on the camera, the webcam, and just talk to you guys. I could have just done that, but of course, everything happens when it happens, when the time is right, and now's the time. So We're now at the moment, and we're not gonna stop until the time is appropriate to stop, which will be a while. But you know, everything happens surprisingly in quick moments. So I don't imagine it taking super long before like that, couple years basically. But these funny enough, these moments, and I think I've repeated it before, but how many times do I have to say it? But I do think that these moments, however small they are and however insignificant they may feel at the moment, I know they're going to mean something when people look back, and they look back at the, even as a successful content creator, they'll look back and they'll be like, oh, he did that. And that's just a minuscule. Like, beyond that, what I plan to become, what I know I will become, is insurmountable in comparison to this. And to see that you come from this humble state. I mean, look at this room. To becoming the biggest thing ever is, it's really wonderful. Just is. That journey. Being able to witness that, being able to see that. And when people look back from just like, oh, this guy had like this, we all know him as this like great thing, but he just started out as like this guy recording himself on a computer. How crazy is that? Like, like, I just know it's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen. And now more than ever, we're at the direct path. And as much as we're dealing with difficult, tedious things right now, like trying to get a fucking job, or getting out of this house, to get an apartment and live on my own and do all this shit, you know, just gotta enjoy the journey. And as much as obviously I'm eager and I have to have that mindset in order for me to progress and to move on, but I also just look at it like, like matters of today, where I'm just gonna kind of chill and say that everything's gonna be fine and I know it's gonna happen. So it's just like a balance of those two emotions. But yeah, overall, that's been the case. And I think it's just a matter of time before everything really changes. And, these things will be repeated multiple times. But, I mean, this is what I often think about. Of course, there's other things that come along, girls, working out, um, fighting, etc., family matters, whatever it may be. But this is what I often think about all the time. I just think, like every time I go to sleep and, I close my eyes and I think about the vision, I think about the journey that I have in my head. I think about the eras, and I just know that it's going to happen. Like, and I know the beauty of it. It's not going to be a fantasy in my head. I refuse for it to be a fantasy in my head. And we're going to talk about that concept tomorrow, but yes, I most definitely refuse for this to be a fantasy in my head. I don't want to be a tragedy and just, say all these things and they don't mean anything. They have to mean something. They're going to be actualized. They're going to be realized. And we're going to make it happen. By God, of course. But we're going to make it happen. So, it's only a matter of time. Alright, well, let's check the time. And we're good. Alright. Like I said, maybe I'll turn on the camera, but later on today. But most likely not, because, like I said, it's the case. But, we'll see what happens. But most likely I'll just see you guys tomorrow in a longer stream. And yeah, So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, and peace.